Right friends, third capsule for the 37th week, Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani in India. It appears that Afghanistan abandoned Pakistan for the past 2 years. They have moved quite closer to Pakistan with an impression that Taliban will be brought to the negotiating table, but having failed in that aspect, now it appears Ashraf Ghani is quite critical about Pakistan's actions, and it appears that the country is totally abandoning Pakistan, and the bitter relations for the past 2 years with India are now improving, and hopefully relations between Afghanistan and India are expected to improve further in the near future as Afghanistan realized the nefarious designs of Pakistan. So, if you look at the reconstruction aspects of Afghanistan, during the past 10-12 years, India almost spent around $2 billion for post-war reconstruction in Afghanistan, and I listed out the projects completed with India's assistance. One is the Jaranj-Delaram Highway, please look into this slide. Then second one is the restoration of Store Palace, and then Parliament Building, then Salma Dam or Afghan India Friendship Dam. So, these are the projects mostly with India's assistance completed in recent years. And Wagah border, that is Pakistan-India border, is the major hurdle for seamless transportation of goods from Afghanistan. Afghanistan can export dry fruits like nuts, then fruits, but we are not able to get their supplies because it is a landlocked country and Pakistan is in between Afghanistan and India. Then recently, trilateral agreement was signed between Afghanistan, Iran and India, basically to facilitate access to Central Asia. That is one aspect. The second aspect is Afghanistan can be reached bypassing Pakistan. Then another important aspect is initially government policy was to supply non-lethal weapons to Afghanistan, but in 2015 government has given 3 multi-role Cheetal helicopters, please look into this slide. At the same time 3 Mi-25 attack helicopters were also given in 2015. So this is with regard to reconstruction efforts of Afghanistan and India's contribution as far as the reconstruction of Afghanistan is concerned during the past 10-12 years. And if you look at India-Afghanistan relations during the past 5 years, Ashraf Ghani became president in September 2014 and subsequently he tilted towards Pakistan, as I have already told you, and subsequently the relations with India strained. And hectic diplomacy started in 2014 between Pakistan, Afghanistan and the Taliban. And subsequently what happened? Taliban further occupied areas in Afghanistan. Instead of controlling Taliban, the violence or the areas captured by Taliban escalated subsequently, and that is the reason why now Afghanistan decided to abandon Pakistan. And now Afghanistan is moving once again to embrace India, and India has got a strategic partnership with Afghanistan since 2011, and at the same time don't forget 9 internationally recognized terrorist groups are operating in Afghanistan. And another important aspect I would like to tell you is Afghanistan-Pakistan Transit Trade Agreement or APTTA. APTTA exists between Afghanistan and Pakistan. As I have already told you, Afghanistan can export dry fruits as well as the fruits, and under this APTTA, no Indian goods could be imported. India wants to supply 1.7 lakh tons of wheat to Afghanistan, but India could not send these supplies because under APTTA, no Indian goods could be imported to Afghanistan. Afghanistan can export dry fruits as well as the fruits to India if the access is unhindered, but they can come up to Wagah border and then they have to go back empty. So, under these circumstances, trade between Afghanistan and India hampered badly, and because of non-success of this APTTA, because of non-cooperation from Pakistan, now three countries are looking at three different ways. Please look into this slide, what Pakistan is doing. Pakistan is going for China-Pakistan economic corridor with the development of Gwadar port. And please don't forget, Gwadar port is in Balochistan region of Pakistan. Then what India is doing? India very well know that going through Pakistan may not materialize in the near future to reach Central Asia or Afghanistan. Pakistan is the biggest constraint. Knowing this very well, now India is pushing for Chabahar port. Please look into this slide. Once Chabahar port is commissioned, then Afghanistan can be accessed bypassing Pakistan, and at the same time Central Asia can be accessed. And what Afghanistan is doing, in addition to trilateral agreement with India, now Afghanistan is getting goods directly from China. Recently, one train from Nantong reached Hayraton in Afghanistan. So, each country is devising its own way so as to improve trade, and under these circumstances, all the three countries are the losers. Because of Pakistan, now all the countries are exploring various options, right? So, Pakistan is the biggest stumbling block for accessing Central Asia as well as Afghanistan. As I have already told you, Pakistan is trying to embrace China with the China-Pakistan economic corridor, and Afghanistan is trying to embrace India with the Chabahar port and a trilateral agreement, and at the same time India is looking at access to Central Asia through Afghanistan. So, each country is devising its own ways of improving market access to other countries in near future, right? So, this is all about the recent past and what is the outcome of President of Afghanistan in India. Strictly speaking, there is not much outcome. First and foremost is India announced that it would extend $1 billion of developmental assistance. As I have already told you, almost India spent $2 billion for various projects. I have listed out these projects, and now India stated it would extend $1 billion of development assistance basically for capacity building in education, health, agriculture, skill development and strengthening democratic institutions. And the President of Afghanistan and our Prime Minister discussed with regard to supply of medicines and flights between two countries. And the Afghanistan President threatened that it would stop Pakistan's trade routes to Central Asia if Pakistan declines to give access to Indian goods. Right? So, when Afghanistan President visited India, India has not committed further lethal weapons to Afghanistan, and probably India is keeping wait and watch policy as far as Afghanistan is concerned. And one thing is clearly evident, Afghanistan is almost fed up with Pakistan because of escalation of violence by Taliban. Right friends, with this let us conclude Afghan President's visit to India. Please do join for other capsules. Have a nice day. Thank you.